just occurred to me, we've got a few pictures coming up, so would you like, there just happen to be some spare seats in the front row. You might like to sit there so you don't have to skew round. Okay, so this is my turn now for a report, the Warden's report. And in addition to my written report, I'll just summarise a few things that I think might be of interest to you. Well, first of all, I have to thank a pile of people, of course, because in order to achieve our goals, we've got a number of committees, and I'd like to thank all our committee members, particularly our committee chairs, for their work over the past 6 months. It's really extraordinary. All volunteers, and they do a great job. And as far as tonight goes, I'd particularly like to thank the chair of our events committee, Angela, and also Devon Cuneo, a member of our events committee, who does wonderful things for us at every event we have. Also, thank you to Fiona Allen, Chief Advancement Officer, and her team for their support. We work closely with Development and Alumni Relations, or DAR for short, through the Chancellor's Joint Committee of Convocation and DAR. And last year, Fiona and I jointly chaired, alternately chaired the Joint Committee. And I'm delighted to announce that this year, with the endorsement of the Chancellor, David Griffiths, our Deputy Warden, will be chairing the Joint Committee this year. Our key focus since the last General Meeting has been engagement with our members. We've organised and successfully held 4 major events in the space of 6 months, attracting almost 400 of our members back to UWA. Normally our events would have been spread over the year, but of course the impact of COVID made it essential to reschedule some events. And that meant it was pretty demanding time for everyone on council. And of course for our convocation officer, Juanita. Hence we're also very appreciative of the support that is now being provided by the engagement team of DAR, led by Kieran Hargraves. Now, Convocation Day is, of course, one of our major events. It marks the very first meeting of Convocation in March 1913, and its recognition began a century later in 2013, as you can see there, because members of Convocation, and some of them, I believe, are with us here. Joan's here, and also Pauline's here, and probably some others too who were there on that occasion. They came together, and that's the just near the original site of the university in Irwin Street in the city. In the next couple of years, it was smaller scale, and it was held in the Irwin Street building on campus, which today overlooks James Oval. Now, we've had 2 Convocation Days in the past 6 months because the 2002 Convocation Day had to be postponed from March because of COVID. And it was especially notable for its 3 trees, 3 guild presidents, and a warden and a deputy warden. Lots of things packed together. Let me explain. Now, campus management happened to have 3 white jacarandas available for planting, and was keen to complete the avenue of trees that make up Convocation Walk along Saw Avenue, or Saw Promenade, not sure. No tree had been planted in 2015 for various reasons. So this gave us the opportunity, and I think Warren Kerr, it was actually his idea, to give the guild presidents and wardens of those years who'd missed out on planting a tree the opportunity. It was a very special event, especially as one guild president, second on the, where are we, left, Lizzie O'Shea, flew over from Sydney specially for the event. And just a few weeks ago, we celebrated Convocation Day 2023. A number of you were probably there. Convocation Walk is now complete. So this time, just one tree, Eucalyptus victris, was planted near the Lawrence Wilson Art Gallery by Jimal and I. We then celebrated Convocation Day with a reenactment of a short segment from Oedipus Rex. That was the first play ever performed in the Sunken Garden in 1948, 75 years ago. And we were absolutely thrilled to find that one of the original actors, Douglas Brown, was with us. We had a very large audience, and they enjoyed the brilliant performance of present-day actors Madeline Page and Felix Malcolm from the Graduate Dramatic Society immensely. So I think, yes, and this is 1948 on the left and 2023 on the right. They did a pretty good job of matching the costumes as well. Now, Convocation representing UWA's graduates is, of course, one of the 4 pillars of this university, together with our governing body, the Senate, the UWA Student Guild and the staff. And as time goes on, Convocation Day is becoming more and more important as a day when we remember Convocation's work over more than a century, engage with our partners in the Guild and with our present members. Convocation has been presenting prizes and awards to UWA students for over 70 years, as some of you would be aware. It's one of our most important activities, and I thought you might like to hear from Penny Cook, who won a Postgraduate Research Travel Award, and she can explain what it meant to her. Thank you.
Thank you sincerely to the Convocation of UWA graduates for the honour of this Travel Award. I was only one of 10 PhD students from around the world to be selected to participate in the 7th annual PhD seminar for third sector research in Montreal this year. And I'm thrilled to share with you how the Convocation's investment in me will help my studies. I'm in the early stages of my PhD studies at the UWA Business School, and I'm being supervised by Professors David Gilchrist and Professor Jack Burt and Dr. Lindy Bain. I'm researching the economic structure of the Australian aged care and disability services sector. My study involves public and private non-profit research and straddles several disciplines such as economics, public policy, sociology, as well as third sector and civil society. A local cohort of students and academia in Western Australia is difficult to find. This Travel Award has given me the opportunity to begin to find this cohort and develop connections to a global community of like-minded students and researchers. There are so many benefits of this Travel Award to my research and to me personally. Firstly, travelling to Montreal, the furthest possible location away from Perth. This award has personally alleviated some financial stress associated with this travel. Secondly, I found not just a few, but hundreds of people who spoke the language of welfare, non-profit and civil society research. Cannot underplay the significance of being in a group of peers who understood what I was doing, why I was doing it, and it really reinforced my motivation for doing this research and has encouraged me to keep working. Some of this you can get participating in conferences online. It is vastly different being there. I found myself in sessions that I probably wouldn't have chosen had I been there virtually. When you're a student, you don't know what you don't know. So having incidental conversations at break time led to me attending sessions that I wouldn't have chosen. This simple thank you seems inadequate for the opportunity the Convocation has given me, but thank you most sincerely to the Convocation for your highly valued support. The travel has and will make a real difference to the future of my studies.
It's always so very rewarding to hear what a positive impact our awards have for postgrads and their research. And I guess I have to share with you some disappointing news. It was disappointing to learn, as we did recently, that the number of our awards will have to be reduced this year. The Graduate Research School, unfortunately, is no longer able to provide the financial support for these Research Travel Awards as they have in the past. This means that we'll be forced to reduce the number of our awards from 20 to 14. The awards are presently valued at $3,000 each. and they don't go far. You know that airfares have risen, and these are essential, as Penny pointed out, for students to travel overseas or even interstate to attend conferences or to conduct research. We would very much like to restore the number of awards we give to 20 and to increase their value. Therefore, UWA's brightest and best, whose research makes a difference to the world we live in. If you can help us to help our postgraduates, please make a donation. The process is very simple and can be done online. There's a website link in your brochure. So what are our plans, final points, for the next 6 months? Our governance committee will be focusing on preparing changes to the statute to accommodate the initiatives in our strategic plan, and that, of course, is still up on the Convocation website if you haven't already had a look at it. Our mentoring and internship committee, having scoped the extent of work going on in this area at UWA, will be focusing on several pilot projects. And our advocacy committee, I'm getting tongue-tied, will be working towards launching an e-bulletin for members focusing on changes in higher education, which we think will be of great interest to our members. And I must also mention we have a working group with DAR called Celebrating Our Graduates. That's Celebrating You. It was established last year, and we are in the process of reflecting on the current things we're doing and developing new ways that both DAR and Convocation Council are celebrating our graduates through meaningful two-way interactions. This is a really exciting long-term project, so watch out for announcements, hopefully later in the year. Okay, that's all for me. Item 11 on the agenda is the Convocation Officer's report, which is contained in the agenda booklet. This report is required by statute and contains a list of graduates whose whereabouts have become unknown since our last ordinary meeting in September. To assist you to locate colleagues and friends, the list is sorted by faculty and year of graduation to help you check to see if there's anyone you know there. If you do know of the whereabouts of any of these people, please let Juanita, our Convocation Officer, know.